Have you next year, good buddy. Big game, James Worthy.
Yes, sir.
Of course. Nice to see James and all you guys, too. Mike.
Kareem, you were at the celebration of life for Kobe and Gianna. What was it like for you to be at that?
It was tough. For me, the hardest part was when I saw my friend Joe Jellybean.
Yeah.
We just hugged for a good couple minutes there, That's the hardest thing because, I relate to Kobe and all of this through family. Mm-hmm. I met Kobe when he was 11 or 12, and his dad wanted me to meet him. I was over in Italy doing a basketball clinic, and they invited the Bryants to the dinner. And, it was just a spontaneous thing.
Yeah.
So, I really related to just the loss of family and friends. It's hard to take.
Appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, Kareem, you coached the Lakers for a few years as a special assistant.
Yeah.
And you worked primarily with Andrew Bynum. And James, you also helped out during the Byron Scott era. You did some coaching with the team. What can you tell us behind the scenes, what Kobe was like, not just as a player, but also, kind of off the court, too?
Had an incredible sense of humor. Just things that he would say and observation that he was making. I had no idea he had that sense of humor, and a perfectionist, always working to get his game just to the highest level and most consistent level. And I remember him cornering you, and for about a week there, he and James were going at it because James was showing him things about the post-up moves, and for someone his size. And he wanted every bit of information that would make his game better. Total perfectionist.
Yeah, even Batman took his cape off sometimes. Kobe never took his cape off.
Wow.
His antennas were always up all the time. Mm-hmm. When he walked into the gym, his antennas went up. He surveyed everybody that was going on. If something was going on with Swaggy P, he would go over and start something and get involved. And, he would go over and teach somebody something over here. And I remember I think I've shared this story. I remember getting this call at 10 o'clock one night. This was his last year in the league, and he wanted to know about footwork and science and how to create space for himself to make it a little easier. So, and I think that's what, we admire about him. He was relentless as far as seeking information.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know if you've ever answered this question or been asked it. I haven't heard. Did he ever ask you about the sky hook or?
No, he never asked me about the sky hook because it wouldn't be something that he wanted to use. He was all about the jump shot. And I was at the game where he got 81, and it was just a couple of dribbles across half court, and he was raising, and they were dropping, man. Yeah. He had range and no fear, and he was going to take the next shot. If he had the ball, he was going to take that next shot.
Moving on to this current team, what have you seen from LeBron and AD-led Laker team?
Well, I like the depth that I'm seeing. I like young Mr. Bradley. He understands that if they're not going to guard him, he can make these jump shots. And that's happening. It all seems to be coming together. They're going to be tough. Morris is going to help them because it's one more tough, tall body on the front line. It takes the pressure off of all of the individuals.
Yeah.
Kareem, we lived off of you being in the post first. Right. You had 4 years with John Wooden. You got a lot of drill work. You understand the game scientifically and, the concept of the game, and it started from inside out. And I kind of see some guys starting to get back to that. Whenever I see AD inside, it's always pretty good. Even LeBron, when he goes in the post, the defense has to collapse a little bit. Talk about the new age game today, kind of slowly getting back to that with some of these bigs.
Well, I think the big guy can create space for the guys on the perimeter if he's making a majority of his shots. So if you got people in the paint that are shooting over 50%, the defense has to inhibit that a little bit, and that gives the guys on the perimeter a chance to creep in a little bit closer and a little bit more time to make those perimeter shots. So, now that they're seeing how that helps those guys on the perimeter, I hope it goes back to an exchange, because the guys on the Golden State guys made everybody understand how devastating the three-point shot can be when they use it like that. And, now there'll be some balance, I hope.
Kareem, people said that you and Magic, arguably the best duo in NBA history. When you look at LeBron and AD, what do you like about those two together?
I like the way they complement each other. And, AD is so versatile. I mean, he's out there shooting three-pointers like it's nothing. Wow, I was 1 for 13.
Do you remember that one?
But still,
I'll never forget that.
But still lead the league in scoring, though.
Yes, exactly. 38,000.
And a lot of foul shots.
Yeah, I did. And I got my three-point plays differently. But AD is awesome out there. So having someone that can go in and out on his own, and then you got LeBron, who can play the in and out game. That's two guys, how do you guard those two guys? It creates the same kind of situations where the defense has to try to cheat a little bit, and it makes room for the other guys. I think it's going to continue to work for them.
You were and you still are very active when it comes to social issues. How proud are you of LeBron for what he's been able to do off the court?
I'm very proud of what LeBron's done off the court, because he's using his package to really connect with all of America. Not just basketball fans, but just average citizens. They know who he is. They get an idea of what he has to say. That show he had about the barbershop, that was pretty good,
Yeah.
Talking about real issues. I think that's great.
Kareem, someone's got to ask it. LeBron is 4,500 points behind your first place all-time scoring record. Do you think he'll pass it? He just turned 35 a couple months ago.
It all depends on if he gets injured or not, or if he wants to do it. I mean, he could be someplace counting his money, Instead he's here helping us try to win the world championship, So, hey, more power to him. If he wants to break it, he's got every chance to do it. He's healthy, so it's up to him. I'm not going to get too excited about it one way or the other, because they were meant to be broken. So, more power to them.
Do you remember the excitement when you set the record?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I remember, James went in for a layup, and I was like waiting just in case he missed it or something. And instead, he passed me the ball, because I was about 6 or 4 points away from getting there. And James gave me one of his
So he had an
baskets.
open layup and he gave it to you?
He gave it to me.
Assist worthy?
We're trying to get the,
Yeah, he just wants, they probably want to get it over
Kareem, Magic wasn't going to let anybody else throw you the ball, right?
Oh, no.
For that.
I don't think so. He was paying attention.
Magic.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Kareem, you're involved in so many countless charities. Tell us a little bit about Camp Skyhook. Camp
Skyhook tries to get young kids in the LA Unified School District to understand that knowledge is power, and science, technology, engineering, and math will allow them to have really great jobs in the 21st century. And we work with the LA Unified School District, and we have like a 5 or 6 year waiting list. We service about 8,000 kids a year. 97% of girls and about 95% of boys will not be involved in those subjects if they don't get turned on to it at an early age. And by the time people are in high school, they all want to be LeBron or Beyonce or be on a reality show or something. So we want to get to them early. So we send 4th and 5th graders, and they do hands-on experiments in the Angeles National Forest, and taking statistics and making observations. Doing it hands-on really allows them to learn and see themselves doing these things down the road.
True story. It's a true story, Mike.
Yeah.
And I came here, 82. I had like 22 hours left to graduate. Guess who tutored me on the back of the bus?
Is that right?
We talked about the Dred Scott Law, the Missouri Compromise, a lot of history. Yeah. This is a walking.
You'd be so proud.
This is a walking encyclopedia right here.
During commercials, he's the one that's always talking to us about history, about politics. It's really cool. And he credits you a lot.
Throwing a little jazz in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Freddie Hubbard, Grover Washington, you know.
Paul Chambers?
Yeah.
Was he like a sponge back then? We always like to
It still is. Yeah. And it just, our parents are from the same part of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Estonia?
My mom was from just east of Charlotte, and James's family is just from west of Charlotte.
So cool.
But his mother knew the mayor of my hometown, Mr. Mayor Jefferson. It was Monroe, North Carolina. That's right outside of Charlotte. Yeah. Small world, man.
Kareem, we get you once, twice a year, and Amanda, we love it. Thank you so much.
It's fun to come and see you, and go Lakers.
Yeah, go Lakers.
See him,
maybe we'll get you back come playoff time, maybe.
happy to do it.
You are?
We got to get it back to the
Gotta
playoffs.
get back to the
Because we haven't been to playoffs for 7 years, so we have to have Cap.
Big game is ready for the playoffs. Thank you so much. Lakers, we got the Cap, Lakers and Pelicans tipping it off at the top of the hour. We're on TNT.